Alright, just waking up here, but this video is not to be recorded, put online. I need to make some notes. I woke up a couple times during the night thinking about this, so literally just rolled out of bed. I get my day started here. Birds chirping in the background. So, I got this thing here on my computer thing. On my vision board, you would call it. And there's multiple Greek words for love. And there's eros, which is sexual desire, which is like lust. There's philo, which is soul connection, which is just basic love, like a platonic feeling. But that's where we get philosophy, like philosophia, or philanthropy, which is, love of mankind, philanthropy, and love of wisdom. There's stora, which is devoted love. Pragma, which is mature love. But what I wanted to get to, ludus, playful love. Mania, which is obsessive love. Meraki, which is creative endeavors. This is what I wanted to get to. Philotimo, I don't know how to pronounce that, but the Greek philosopher Aristotle believed that self-love, or philotimo, is a prerequisite to loving others. So, I want to talk about a couple of things that I think we make a mistake about love. Most things that people make a mistake about today is because they confuse a couple things like thought. So you have your mind, your body, and then the essence that makes that up. And when you self-love, it's not about feeling good all the time. I just woke up. It takes me about 20 minutes to get up, but when my wrist alarm says that I'm rested and I get out of bed, I don't feel like it. I feel tired. I feel like I want to continue to sleep. That's normal. You have a chemical in your body that's because you're sleeping. Then when you wake up, that clears from your body. So the feeling versus the reality are two different things. So in that moment, you want to have empathy. And you want to have empathy for yourself. But Dave, empathy is putting yourself in other people's shoes. Yes, but you have empathy for yourself in 15 minutes. Or yourself a day from now, whatever. So part of the self-love is to recognize that you'll be happier in 15 minutes if you wake up and get your day started, and you'll feel better. And instead of being miserable there and getting into your feelings and being negative, be empathetic to the future you, that if you get up and do something active, then you'll feel better. There'll be a better chemical release. And this is just part of like the self-love process. But any type of love, those loves that I mentioned, it's not a static being. It's not a feeling. So I think a lot of people, like when you eat high amounts of chocolate, I forget who it was. There's this thing that's like, oh, I don't believe in love. It's just the same effect as eating large amounts of chocolate. He's like, that's such propagandized TV bullshit that they want you to believe that it's a feeling, that it's fleeting and it disappears. And that's why all these relationships leave, because people say, I don't feel like I felt before, or the feelings going away, or whatever. You're not working towards anything. You have to work towards this thing. You have to put your energy into it. Um, so there's a lot of times where I wake up and I was like, okay, it's workout time, and I go into my living. I don't have a couch or anything in my living room. Still, here's my humble abode. I just have a, a, a gym. So there's no time for me. I don't ever say, let's sit on the couch and watch TV. I said, it's time to work out. Oh, I don't feel like working out. I don't really care. It doesn't matter what I feel like. You know what I mean? You just got to work out because you want to be healthy in the future. And my overall state of well being is what I care about. And I want to be empathetic to myself in the future. I have self love. And I can project that forward through empathy of seeing myself in my mind's eye in the future as another person, which I will be because I'm ever changing and ever growing, and how that person's going to feel. So if it feels good to sit on the couch right now and get fat and unhealthy and eat junk food and ruin your body, you're it's self-hate first of all for you, but then the person, it's like that Homer Simpson meme where it's like, well, that's future Homer's fault. No, where's Homer Simpson impersonation of all time. But that's future Homer's fault, and it's a lack of empathy. So once you can start doing this for yourself, you have love for yourself, and you can project the best for you in the future. Then you can start taking on either a leadership role in your community or a family and doing the same thing. And you got to take this leadership role. So if you're a man and you're going to take the head of a household role, if you're with a woman, then you're like, okay, let's go. It's bedtime. Start getting everything ready. The house has got to be shut down, all this stuff, and we got to be in bed by 8 o'clock because we did this, this, and this today, and we need to be well rested to get up at 5 tomorrow and do this, this, and this, and be in the gym and do this. And if she's fighting you on that, that's fine, but you guys aren't a good match if that's what you want to be. If she stops fighting you and starts listening to you, her life is going to be better because you're going to be making decisions, empathetic decisions for everybody in the future. Now, you also have to realize as you start to extend outward from this love, and it goes from individual self-love and then projected outward to the future you, and if you're dating somebody, the same thing, that you have to pull yourself apart. So as a man, I like going to comedy shows, but I'm not a huge like going out to dinner or getting dressed up or that stuff. So I've been single most of the time because I don't even want to go pretend like I like that stuff. But if you're dating somebody, you also have to just put yourself in their shoes now, and then their shoes in a week from now. So a lot of times say, on Saturday, your woman's like, oh, I want to go out. And then you say, okay, not now, we can't because of this, blah, blah, blah. It doesn't have to be that Saturday, but if that's who your woman is, then you have to recognize that in your mind and know better than she knows that in the future, she's going to feel like that. And so if you're going to choose to have a relationship and you're going to choose to be active in love, you have to do your self-care, your self-love, and get that actualized. And then you have to add somebody to that. And not that you're responsible for their love, but the action of the two of you together, you're responsible for putting that together. In the meantime, if you've divided things in original gender roles and you're sitting at your desk, for example, working, and you've been together for quite some time, and at 11 o'clock you stop working and you get up and you go into the kitchen to get coffee, for example. This is such a simple thing for women to do if they could understand. Have some empathy for somebody else, right? Think about that, recognize that he's working, and not that you're not working, but if you're working the house and cleaning and stuff, and he's on the phone and stuff, and now he needs his coffee, you could at 11:30 you start making the coffee, get everything ready the way that he likes it, nail it, make it better than he does, because he's just rushing to get coffee to get caffeine because he has to get back to work. But your job is to be, if you choose your quest to be supportive of him, think of the future him, prepare that stuff, and then have that coffee ready and bring it to him. If he recognizes that, then it's your job to realize that he recognized that you recognize that he does that and does that. It doesn't even have to be spoken about. He should reciprocate either in the moment where he shows back like thank you and recognizes it, hug, kiss, or whatever, or when Saturday comes and he's like, okay, Friday night, he's like, we got to get ready for tomorrow. We're going to get up and everything, and then we're going out I'm taking you out to dinner on Saturday night. We're going to do X, Y, and Z, or, it's a surprise, but, dress like this or whatever. If you can start getting that balance, then things will work out. However, because a person's only going to be able to handle so much, right? So if one part of the relationship is self-loving, futuristic, thinking about self, and then has to go make his own coffee, and then on Saturday you're laying around saying, when are you going to take me out? Well, he didn't have the energy, to extra energy in his day to run both of your lives, because you're not taking care of the little things that gives him that extra time if he's running a business and bringing stuff in. And I gotta go, but I think this is enough for future me to write a video on. You're going to interject kids into this, and the kids becomes a whole different dynamic. If you want to uphold the original two and add two people that can't immediately reciprocate and add, it's extra for both of you on top of what you've already figured out. So